Hi everyone, this is Angelina and I would like to warmly welcome and thank you for joining us here today again for a SMAda.world webinar. Today's webinar was called in a bit of a hurry, so please bear with us if we're not as polished as usual, and we are quite excited, so just keep that in mind. Just a bit of quick housekeeping to go over before we dive into the updates. Regarding the Email Plus Income Program, we're making good headway with the matrix. We still have quite a number of people who have not yet sent in their payment confirmation receipt. Please get onto that as soon as possible, and please put in the subject line what the receipt is for, what email the receipt is for. That would really help me if you put it in the subject line, okay? If you've already sent your screenshot of your payment confirmation, please do not send it in again. Please check your own email file, sent file, before doing anything, okay? Thanks. Also, we've noticed that quite a few people are saying they haven't received their email login information, and they'll email and say, I don't have it. So the main reason is that it's in your spam, or you haven't sent in your payment receipt, or it hasn't been processed yet. So please be patient. It will be. Definitely, though, keep an eye on your spam folder, because a lot of them are landing in your spam folder. So as usual, after the presentation, or after the updates, because it's not exactly a presentation really, there will be time for questions. So please keep your comments and questions until that time. We appreciate that. Now, without any further wait, I'd like to welcome Mr. Noel Adams, our CEO and leader of the SMAda team and the founder of Next Level Africa. Welcome to the mic, Noel.
Here, as you can see on the screen, Dr. Wolfgang Schonfeld is the head person behind this whole medical thing out there. We've got Dr. Patrick Soon-Sion, who is partnered up with the medical team out there. He has what they call the first right of refusal on the patents on some of the medical breakthroughs. So he has also signed a contract with the bank, and you'll see a lot of things going on. I'm going to be trying to be as accurate as I can with the information without going all over the place. I want to try and have people understand what we're trying to do. It's a building thing we're doing at the moment, and but what the main thing is that we've got two programs going on in one here. So I don't want to try and confuse people, because that's what they are. And we're able to mix the two together to really form another major project on what we're doing. As you know, we're organizing the email system, and as Angelina kindly told us, that the matrix is being put together now. A lot more information is going onto the site. But in saying that, we really have had all hands on deck working on this medical program. So other things have had to go in the background a bit. I don't want to do too much of an update on exchanges and NLA and UPB, and because that will take too long. So just really focusing on the medical program out there, which would make it easy to understand. Now, for those of you who have been part of the test group, we've had that going for a little while now, you'll see that it's really just opened up today. And what's going to be happening is that it's like anything that you do out there in the way of getting a program off the ground. You've got things like launch has to happen, and then you've got stability that has to happen, and then when you have stability, you then have momentum. So if you want to consider, we've just launched this now and we're trying to get it stabilized so that we've got everything in place. A few tweaks have been going on with it as well. Right at the moment, it's running through the You Invest, but that'll change to yourprivateequity.com. So they're just working on that site. You might find that the site, because they're working on the two sites, one is the development server, the other one is the live. So you might find occasionally it goes off because they're tweaking lots of things in there. And some things they do, they can't have the site live while they're doing it. I won't go into all of the things that are going on. There's just many things that they're just wanting to tweak up. It was only yesterday that Dr. Wolfgang gave the okay when he inspected the site that we could launch it. So we've been waiting on him. The main players behind this is the HSBC Bank, and they are the ones that are looking after the Petcoin through the exchange. So you'll see a lot of activity happening with the Petcoin. To be part of this program, you need the Petcoin. There's no fiat currency involved in this. It's just straight out crypto. So joining it, you'll be paid in the Petcoin, and that can be easily liquidated through the exchange, or we might have other ways that we'll explain to members as we go how to achieve that. The other thing too is that with the Petcoin, look, it's a golden opportunity now to acquire the Petcoin, because look, it was released about 6 weeks ago or so. If you look in the history, you'll see it there. The first coins were sold for 75 cents, and I think in the duck area now, the last I look, I could be wrong now, but the cheapest was $10 on the coin. But in the exchange for Bitcoin in there, I think there's some still going in there. There's somewhere around about, look, under $2. You'd have to know the price of Bitcoin at the moment to exactly work that out, but let's call that under $2. And this is why it's important to understand, because this will be a crypto payment structure. So what you've got is that when people pay in, they pay in coins. So it's the coin, not the dollar value. So right now, I'm just rounding this off. In the exchange, you're paying $2 for a coin. Now, there's 10 medical projects in there. And so we're going to be, well, working as a team, because I'll explain why it's important to work as a team on this. So whatever the costing on it is, if it were 20 coins that you needed to join a particular project, right now that would cost you $40. If you're looking at within the next, I'm not sure, a few days, week, the coins are going to be $10 plus. So that would be $200. So you can see getting those coins now and getting yourself started, it's an ideal thing to do. It works at about 13,000% on the price of the coin, and getting involved with them now, getting in on the, that's why, look, I've been talking about this now for a couple of months to the SMAda group out there, because I wanted everyone to get a bit of a jump on what was going on with this medical program. Once they stabilize it, it's going to be released for a press release. It'll go into some major medical magazines and other magazines. I'll get a listing of that. We've also asked Dr. Wolfgang, rather than pen something for the program, we're going to ask him to do a recording. So we'll have him recorded on the site, and he will give his version of how things are going, so that we get a regular recording from him. And incidentally, when you do sign up, you'll see down the bottom where it has subscribe to the newsletter. I suggest you do that. You can take a number of accounts, but just do it on one. because there's going to be news reports coming in on the status of the various certificates out there. When we look at what's out there with the 10, I haven't done the figures on this, but it's approximate. We look out there with the 10 figures, there's approximately, where are we? $300 billion in market cap there for the product, and also they need to raise about $2 billion actually for the laboratories and stuff. That's how it's all going. So it's an area out there that and incidentally, I'll just cover this because what my role is, I guess, out there, just to try and explain it. Remember this, the banks are not really into networking. Dr. Wolfgang, God bless his cotton socks, he wouldn't know network marketing if he tripped over it in the street. And I say that with respect out there. So we've watered the networking component of it down so that it doesn't look so much like an MLM, because a lot of companies get on and start bagging it, and the banks don't want all of that. So we've not disguised it, but it's a referral-based project out there where you've only got 7, you and 6 others in your matrix. So it's not as though you've got a massive matrix going on. Now, my role would be to really, if I wanted to compare it, as networkers know, the role of what they call master distributor is the person that usually runs the matrix and is the top of the matrix. So that's really my role in it. I have no ownership in the company at all. So anything that you need in the way of back office support would have to go into the office there. And so therefore you're dealing directly with them, and we will run the support on the front end of the office. So therefore, once you work out just what you want to do, so anything to do with your account, coins, etc., would have to go into their support, and we will be marketing how we want to market it. Now, as you know, when we do things, we try to do it as a team. So this will be a team effort that we will put together on this. And one of the things that stands out, with 10 projects going on in there, we've selected one, the diabetes, as an example. That's a 35 coin join up on that. The approximate value at the moment on that would be, give or take, $60. Now, the reason we're doing one is because, understand this, that these scientists, they're looking at this as well to see just where it's all going. If we tried to do all of them, you would never do it. They'd just sit there with their wheels spinning, going nowhere. So focusing on one is the way that we can get one out of the way, because probably in this one project is not enough. 100 is too many. So as we complete one, another one will come on there. Now, we will have information on this when it will come through, and we'll be able to give our members a little bit of a heads up on these new projects that are coming through. So all I'm trying to get at is that try to follow our guide. When you do sign up, make sure you've got the link that's provided out there. We've got a link going in the room here today, and make sure that the SMADA one is your sponsor, because you will not then go out of our team. If you finish up out of our team, there's no way we can bring you back into the team. You're out in the desert by yourself in every project that comes along out there. So just make sure that you've got the SMADA one, as your sponsor. There's no payment for recruiting in this. It doesn't matter whether you sign up a million people or sign up nobody. It's an area that, because you get spillover, it's a force-fed matrix. I've been fortunate enough to be part of the development of that as well. You'll see, look, the connection we have with this, you'll see on the site the wonderful photograph of our head developer. He looks after the development team, Mr. Vaynard Vessels. You'll hear me speak kindly of Vaynard. You'll hear me speak unkindly of Vaynard, because we've had I guess, a connection over the last decade where we've dealing with high pressure stuff out there. So we've got to know each other quite well. And Vaynard is a very dedicated person. He works, with sometimes under extreme difficulties. He sometimes can go a couple of days without sleep to get things done. And I've been working with him, so I've had a few days this week where I haven't been to bed. So if I sound like I haven't been to bed, that's what it is. So I guess that I'm trying to tell everyone to try and stay with the direction that we will give you. And as I'm talking about this, it's a bit like this, that I'm probably dealing with 3 different class of individuals. And I say that with respect. We're going to have people that simply have the money and can do whatever they like, go into every project out there. Then we'll have the people in the middle of the road that can afford to do a few. Then we'll have people that really just can't afford to even do one. So we're trying to focus this on being something that is for everyone, because if we do one, you've got more of a chance to achieve your level 6 certificates, where that's where the real payday comes in, than by scattering around all over the place and then saying you're not making any dollars. I want to have people with some serious money in their pocket in the next 7 days. And that's going to happen. And so it's really important that you do follow our lead on doing it. And if you sign up there, it's the diabetes project that we'd like you to start with, because look, it was selected out there because it's going to give the best return, or one of the best returns. It is the number 1 project out there, so it's really a matter of having a look at it from there. So if you do sign up and you get anybody to sign up, have them go to that particular project out there, and then they can look through the others, see what they want to do with it. So it's really understanding it as we get going, but it is the most exciting product that I've been involved with. But let's just be honest about it, because in the business world out there, it's all about money. These scientists, they do their research and development, and the way to go. If there was no money in it, they wouldn't be doing research and development. They couldn't do it. All the way from God. God needs money because it takes money to build a church. So when we look at these products out there and we're happy with it, it ticks all the boxes for me. Would you purchase this product if it were not networked? Would you think it's got longevity? Well, the medical field is there forever, I guess. And is it legal? So it's ticked all those boxes for me. Once I do that, then I focus on how we can feed our families. Now, some of the other players we've got involved with this as well. A meeting went on last week in the States with the space world out there. Boldly Go were one of them. The other one was a company called SpaceX. As you know, Elon Musk at the head of that. And they are all coming in. So you'll start to see some of the projects going on in this to do with what they're doing. And might be a little way off, but nevertheless, they're all becoming involved with it. They had to sign contracts with the bank. They're all happy with it. And so we've got some fairly big players coming into this. And And the only way to attract players into this is if we show a result. And a result for us is a completed project. That completed project is something that we want to do. Once you achieve you think about it this way, that if you wanted to come in and just simply upgrade up to a level 6 certificate, it would probably cost you about, look, I'll just use the diabetes. I haven't done the numbers on this, but I'm round the money. It's about 3,500 coins. Now, if that were, when I believe, very shortly, the coin's going to $10 a coin, that's $35,000 for a level 6 certificate. If we work this as a team, I'm going to show you how to get to a level 6 certificate for a $60 investment. I think that we can all agree you would sooner spend $60 than $35,000. So that's why it's important to work this as a team out there, and because there's not too many people that could do that. It's going to happen, but not too many people could do that from the start to go to a level 6, and especially on 10 projects out there. So once again, just stick with what we're trying to deliver out there. We're going to be on our site. We have a site, Your Private Equity Community. We'll be putting a lot of information onto that site. There'll be a lot of video and point of sale material that will come up with that, because I believe this product is a telling product, not a selling product. To try to oversell this product, it's not the place to be. It's really a feel-good product to be able to promote it out there. And the likes of the email program running with it, we are going to be running some major competitions on this, and it's important that the people that want to be involved with that, and particularly get first hand on when new projects are becoming available, will need to have a Next Level Africa email. And the reason this is all happening and coming together, as I mentioned, I am not in ownership of this, so we do not collect any administration fees from this. We're setting up the support group, and we're doing it on our own bat. I've got the blessing of the bank and everyone else behind it to do it, so it's not as though we're just out there by ourselves with it, but nevertheless, we've got to finance it. Where the finance is coming from, that is from our email program. And so, because I don't want to be working this and saying, well, people are going to have to pay money in for the cost of running support, because we really feel that we're going to need quite a bit of support in this to run this program. So once again, it's just a matter of understanding the entire program, so that you can, from that, you can feel that we are in a position where we're going to run. Sorry that I'm getting messages coming through as well, so I'm just turning those off. So just understanding the program, and look, we are still learning with it as well. I mean, my background is retail, and I've probably handled more products than I care to mention out there and how they're marketed. I've been on the council management of the Food Retailers Association, been director of a number of supermarket chains. I've owned 3 supermarkets. So retail is a natural thing for me out there, and this is just a way to retail a product, but in a different way. So look, with that, I'm not going to try and make this a very lengthy webinar, because we just wanted to make sure this was called so that the SMADA group can get a start on getting registered and getting up and running. We will try and help where possible. One of the problems is with the coin, It's really hard to know exactly the price. Getting in there now, if you buy the coin from the exchange, it's going to be a certain amount. But who would know what it's going to be in an hour from now or whatever, you know? And so it's an area where the coin, all I can say is I'd get it as quickly as I could, because just to use an example, coming into a program like this now, the 35 coins for the diabetes, 35 coins in, which I said would cost you about $60. That's it. There's no more to pay. $60 and you're in. As you start getting paid from your downline on that, you've only paid from 4 members, you'll upgrade to the next certificate. Eventually getting to certificate 6, you would then earn 7,500 coins from that, plus the other coins you've earned on the run through there. You're up very close to 8,000 coins that you would have earned from that. So you can imagine that apart from the $700,000 certificate that you would finish up with, and I'll go into the certificate values a little bit later because they could actually go up on top of that as well, and but that's for another time. But just on that, if you would receive the close to 8,000 coins, you're looking at, if the coins go to $10, you're looking at $80,000 on that one account. So that's why members would be encouraged to take, at this stage anyway, to take more than one account. You can sign up using your own name. You need a username, a different username for each of your accounts. Right now, it's got that you can only use Gmail on the system and Hotmail, but that'll be taken down because you can use the Next Level Africa mail and other mails on there. So once again, it's just where they've got it listed there, but you can use any mail address. They will also change this as well, that on the date of birth, you can use your original date of birth, but if you sign in for another position, you'll need to change something in your date of birth. You can leave, let's say, the year and the month, and then change the date. So the day could be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd if you're taking more than that in the way of accounts. And then making sure down the bottom you've got a referral. Down the bottom, making sure that you have that referral as SMADA 1, because you'll finish up in the desert with this, and it's just impossible to try and build something like this by yourself. And this is most definitely a team effort for everybody out there, because one of the reasons getting into the SMADA group, as this goes out to the global world out there, there's what they call public sign-ups, and those public sign-ups become part of my group. That's how they've got it worked. So if you finish up outside of that, you will not get the advantage of the spillover that's going to happen and we believe in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands and millions eventually as this gets going. So you will miss out on all of that if you finish up out by yourself or signing somebody up using your own link, because it splits. And I don't want to start explaining that. That's for another time as well. But the way the matrix works, it splits and throws people into another matrix. And so using the top link, it just stays in the one matrix. Okay, look, what I'm going to do is pass this back to Angelina now. I'll try to answer any questions I can about it. Try to keep the questions about this program, possibly the email program, because there's too much that we're dealing with to try and to discuss everything out there. Okay, look, I'll hand it back to Angelina and we'll go from there.
So at the very last, after the questions are done, okay, because it's important that you people listen to the answers to the questions that are going to be asked, rather than going off and trying register and then you're going to miss something that would have been the answer to your question. So I'll post it after the questions in the Q&A. Okay? So we'll start with the questions. Actually, that just answered Tim's question. What is the team build URL for the pet project that we just spoke about? You'll get it at the end after the Q&A. So please stay tuned, everyone. So Noel, if you can see where we start with Cecil, who's asking, are certificates automatically upgraded once coins become available? I'll let you answer that. Noel, back to you.
Eventually that will happen out there. It's a little bit of a tricky when you've got 10 projects going as well, so they're working on that, but that's something that it's a priority, because people with, if you want to work it out, if you've got one account, you've got 10 projects going on with it, and if you've got more than one account, well, you get to have all sorts of projects. We're going to have people in this that will, I'll just use a figure, 20, 30 plus accounts in this, because you need, if you want to take a diabetes certificate, you can only have one in one account. So if you want two, you'd have to have two accounts. That's how the accounts work. So that's why people register. And look, I would register the accounts. The account's not active until you actually purchase a certificate. So if you had 10 accounts there and you only activated one or two of those accounts at this point, you can activate the others when you want to, having them ready to go. So it would be nice to have them ready to go rather than have to go and set them up. Yeah, Yoda's asking, is there a link to the diabetes certificate yet? Once you sign up, I'll get Angelina, when she gets a chance, to drop the link in the room. Once you sign up on that, you'll see when you click on the upgrade certificates, you'll see in there where you've got, we'll put a video out there as well. We've made up a video on how to sign up. So we'll put a video out there, but the certificates are all there. The diabetes is the top one. So you don't need a link as such to the diabetes. Once you sign in there, you've got access to all of them. Ray's asking, how do we cash out the coins? Is this through our bank or can it be Bitcoin? There's probably going to be a number of ways to cash out here with this, Ray, but you can list them in the exchange, either through Duck in the exchange, or you can list them through Bitcoin trading. We're going to try and manage this. This is where support comes into it, to manage something for the members, because remember, this will have people looking to buy coins and wanting to join and get started. So getting the coins into their account could be critical on the time factor. So some members might want to sell their coins to people that are joining that need the coins to join. So that's something we'll look at, trying to help members liquidate their coins and helping other members join a lot faster, because in the traditional, if you're not working as a team, what you've got to do is you sign up, you then have to purchase the Bitcoin, then you fill out a form in the system. The bank, they've got a 24/7 office going now for passing the applications for coins going in there. Then, excuse me, right. So they've got an application process going on in there where they, once it's been verified, the coins are then put into your account. So that process of purchasing, getting your account set up, you could, and particularly in the early stages, they could be inundated with people requesting, so it could take a little while. So getting a member to simply put the coins into your account is probably an easier way to go. So we'll look at doing that and helping people out with it. So anyway, that's where the coins. So there's going to be a number of ways, but the obvious is put it into the exchange to sell it if you wish. Yeah, June's asking for the link. I think Angelina will be putting that in. I haven't got to the bottom yet, but Angelina will at some point put it in there. Yeah, look, the audio in the room can be a little bit challenging there, Grace, but I think it's all to do with how the internet speed's running out there as well. Perry, when we sign up, first we use our NLA email, and then we can use a Gmail or other accounts if we want more. Look, we are asking people to use the NLA email, so to sign up the accounts, you can, and I'll tell you why that you'll want the NLA in there as well. Remember this, that's supporting the support in this, but not only that, it gives you another position in the matrix in the email program. When we run our promotions, and they're going to be quite large promotions out there, however we're going to do it, when I say draw a name or whatever, however we're going to do it, if that doesn't have a Next Level Africa attached to it, then they won't be eligible to be in the competition. And some of the competition, what I'm looking at, I'm putting in this all together now, could run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars if we pull a name out. So if we pull that name out and it has a Gmail email on there, it's not considered. So you wouldn't like to be the one that had that on there and missed out on that, because we're going to run them ongoing with promotions in it, because we really want our team to be very strong and being well supported from the top down. So it's important that you can use the Next Level Africa emails in there. Sharon, hi Nolesia. With each project, we will be able to fund this straight from our back office, or do we need to go to the exchange for more Bitcoin each time we want to purchase a new project? If you've got coins in your back office, there, Sharon, you just purchase from your own coins. You'll need coins to in order to upgrade out there. So if you need to purchase them, it's the exchange is the first go-to. Otherwise, you'll accumulate coins and just upgrade as you accumulate coins there. Kata, I think we will, with the 2FA long issue, look, that's out of our hands on that one, Kata. It's the bank managing that, so we can't answer on the 2FA. And the only thing I can say to you is that if you're having issues with that, start up and open up another account in the exchange and trade through that account, because when they eventually fix it, the coins will be there and you can transfer them over or whatever you want to do. But just open up another CEX account would be the easiest way. Andrew, look, I'm not entering any questions in that one at the moment. We're just dealing with what we're doing here, so I can't answer. Kate is saying is written to support in CX. Send it to admin at support, not support, admin at coinexchange.zone. So that seems to work a lot better. As soon as you, Gary's asking, should we upgrade? Now, as soon as you get your account set up there is a process of getting the coins in. And as soon as you click on the video will go out. I've made up a video there, so we might post a link to that video in the room here now. I'll see if Angelina's got it. handy there so that you can, it'll explain to you how to go about doing all of that. It's only a 10+ minute video, so it's quite easy to follow. Daryl's asking what the cost of the tri-pack. Look, when I mentioned about the tri-pack before, it was really just a way of saying that you can take multiple accounts. So in the tri-pack, that's obviously a 3, but you're signing up individually. So you can sign up once, you can sign up 110 times if you want to do that. So it's not restricted to just, but all I was getting at is that by getting the multiple accounts in there, each one of them is working independent and working along very nicely, and it will start earning dollars for you very quickly, because right now to go into the diabetes, you're looking at approximately $60. By the end of this month, that entry fee for the diabetes will probably be $300 to $500. So getting in there now early with it is going to save you that money. So any new players coming into this will be looking to spend that sort of money to join the program, because it's all to do with coin. James Saban, how can you get PET from CX to you invest? There's a wallet address in there in the video there, James. It'll explain all of that. So you CX is a wallet, and anybody that's involved with it should download a wallet for staking purposes. As you accumulate coins, you might want to be staking them, and staking is very profitable. I just received a stake in on this morning as I woke up. I received a stake in on my Chingaling coins that gave me 44 coins. So staking can become a very lucrative way to earn money without coins in the exchange. Tim, as much as I hate to ask this, but can you walk through the process of buying the PET coins needed to get into the project? Do I simply purchase 30 coins at 2? Well, on the exchange, the last time I looked, the coins for duck were $10 each. So the best way to buy them at the moment would be putting Bitcoin in there and buying them from Bitcoin. We may be able to help people out, so I'll talk to Angelina and see if we can put something out there where we can have people request, but we don't have too many email requested forms out there. We're struggling with them as it is now. But the best way would be to go into the exchange and deposit Bitcoin in there and purchase it from there, and then you're able to fund it from there. Grace has asked, do we need to recruit people with this program? It's like, I'm trying to be sensible and answer that. The answer to that would be yes. Yes, most definitely. If everybody sat on their hands and did nothing, then that's exactly what you get. But you'll find that some people can recruit more than others. I've got a meeting after this meeting here is now. I'm talking to a fairly large group that are talking to me about bringing in 50-odd thousand members. So some of the players out there, if you can appreciate, and I say this with respect, I do get to talk to some high rollers out there that can do quite a bit, and when they see the simplicity of this program and the sort of money that's in it, and it's a feel-good product. No one could argue about that. The product is a feel-good product. Everyone in this room would have someone that's affected by any one of those medical procedures. out there. So it's something that touches all of us out there, and I think that we would feel comfortable doing it. But certainly, Grace, just to cover that, it certainly does. But remember this, sending the SMADA one link so that you've got people signing up on that, because this is a force matrix. So as people sign up, they'll just simply run from left to right, and you will finish up. Because if you tried to do this by yourself, like any matrix, if you signed up someone on your left side and someone on your right, the person on the left, they up and run, the person on the right does virtually nothing, you'll never balance that, and you'll never get your certificates sorted out unless you're putting your hand in your pocket to do it. So it's important that you build the thing totally even all the way down. To achieve a level 6 certificate, I haven't done the numbers on it, but you probably need 3, 4, 5,000 in your downline. And so therefore, you not many people can do that by themselves. Oh, okay, Angela is putting the link in after the webinar. That's all right, because it's important that it's focused onto that. Alex, will we know when it is too late to get a certificate? Yes, it'll just say no stock. There was one that was sold, one of the ones we had a $48 billion market cap on it, and that was actually sold before we went live with this. So someone bought the whole lot. That was a $250 million investment for somebody. So that's the sort of money that's floating around out there with people wanting to invest in it. Marlene's, can we pay for the certificate with coins? And so yes, well, pet coins, that's what you're using. This is a pet coin. Look, I have spoken to the bank, and we are in discussions now about using the NLA coin in this program. But what's happening is that, as you know, that we've got a lot of people that simply have been dumping the coins on the exchange, and so that's certainly not ready until we can get rid of that. Once we get that's stopping us from doing a lot of things, that dumping of coins on the exchange. Once that's been arrested, then I can seriously talk to the bank about using not only the NLA coin, but let's talk about us using the Chingaling coin as well. Can you purchase pet coin with NLA coin now or in the future? Well, you could now if somebody wants to do a deal with you on that, Anika. So, but you know, that sort of thing will happen because we are. Remember this: the email program is going to work off the NLA coin. And look, one of the things I haven't mentioned on this, I'll just quickly do this one as well. We are getting ready to launch the e-commerce. The bank have told us they're jumping on us now, so we're switching over to try to do that. But the e-commerce, I'm hoping to have that going this month, and we have got a nice little pool of $54 billion to give away. So once we start giving that away, we'll be using the NLA coin on that and be able to purchase the NLA coin. So the coin, we should have everything sorted out with the coin on the exchange once we start doing that. Raise, I'm still not clear how to get any cash into my bank account. I can't answer that, Ray. It's your bank account. I can't tell you how you get cash into your bank account. Andrew's asking what is email ID? Well, the email that you're going to use, whatever the email is. Alanda, can we switch email accounts from Gmail to NA accounts after? Yes, you can do that. If someone doesn't have NLA email accounts for now, setting up their accounts, use whichever ones you can, and then you'll look at changing them, because you will want to change them. I think when someone hears about the first prize winner in our competition and what the prize will be, I think they'll be jumping there to get the NLA emails listed out there. Phil, can we send coins from the wallet? Well, yes, that's where you send the coins from, but you'll need to fill out a form. It'll be on the video that Angelina will be putting in here. So the video will explain how you do all that. Okay. The network will be able to transfer NLA coins over to the R&D program. Well, not NLA coins at this stage. No, it's Petcoin is the one we're using. See, people make statements out there, and I'm not even going to repeat it, that don't know what they're talking about. So that's why we read some of these things out there, and I can't answer it. So sorry, I'll just bypass that one. Homer, can one register for the PET program while awaiting the email address to be approved? Yes, you don't need an NLA email to register on there, but once again, when you do and get your NLA email, then you'll need to change it. So whatever email account address you want to use that, but then as you get your NLA, then change it over to that. Margaret, how long do we have to do this sign up? How long do we have to do this? Well, now is that the links? It's live now. You can go in and register live now so the link, when it goes in there, you'll be able to register and do what you need from there. It's only just been opened up to the public today. So prior to that, we were doing testing, making sure that was all okay. So you'll find that the numbers will start. It's got a counter on there. I think the counter at the moment, the last I looked, was 540 odd. So you'll see that start to skyrocket. And as I said, that there's going to be press releases later this week. Once they just fine-tuned to get the program sorted, the press releases and all of that will go out. The referred by name is SMADA one, and Angelina will put that in there, but it'll be on the form when you go to the program there, Andrew. So it'll be on the form, but SMADA one, SMADA is in SMADA.WORld, and Angelina might be so kind to put that in the room as well. So it's important that you stay with that, because if you don't, any project you go into, you won't be in the force-fed downline. John, should new members also not have to sign up the original NA account? Okay. Should new members also not have to sign up the original NA account? John, I'm not really sure what that means. Should new members also not have to sign up the original NA account? I'm not. Maybe you could rephrase that. I'm just not sure what you mean by. It is a step-by-step out there on how to sign up into the program, so it'll make it easy for people to do it. I made it before, so some of the things might be changed as against what you're seeing on the website, like the wallet address could be different in there, things like that. But you'll understand, just what you need to do. Oh, you're asking how long does it take? Well, that's something once you apply. I think minimum is $250. Once you apply, then the bank take over from there and send it to your nominated account, right? That's nothing to do with me on there or any of us. It's all to do with the bank. Dominic, can we use commissions earned from the email matrix to pay for these coins? I guess that is. Can we use commissions earned from the email? Well, when we launch it, they're Dominic, we haven't launched it yet. Oh, okay. So someone's told me it's 560 there now. So, I mean, look, once you guys are the first in mass to know about this. So once you find out and you start to register and you tell your circle of influence out there, you'll see that number. That will. I'm saying that'll double in the next 24 hours at least out there, and you've got to watch the coin. The coin could double as well. Alex, is it time for the link now? So that's Angelina's put in the reference, the referrer ID is SMADA1, so that's important that you've got that on there. And is there a charge to move pet coins from CEX to our wallet and to be able to pay for the certificate? Good question there, Marlene. If you're transferring coins in, there's always a fee because you're going wallet to wallet. Everything's wallet to wallet, and there's a fee. We are talking 0.0001, but if you were to transfer 35 coins exactly into the account to upgrade to the diabetes, you might find you've got 34.00 of a coin there because you haven't allowed for that fee. So I'd always transfer a little bit more. Look, if you work on 10% of a coin, that'll more than cover your fees. But there's always a charge that goes. That's where the staking money comes from. That's where we get stakes. The stake from is from people using the wallets and paying that fee. That money is then used to distribute to the people that are staking. Okay, I'm going to hand this back to Angelina now to go over anything that we need for members to know. I'm sorry to carry this for so long. We're at the top of the hour now. I don't like to go over the hour with it, but I'll hand it back to Angelina now, and she'll finalise with putting the links there that's required. Okay, thanks very much, everybody, and I'll hand this back to Angelina.
Going and registering, and you're in the middle of something and the question gets asked and answered. So I'm going to drop the link for the video in first. I would highly encourage you to watch the video a couple of times before you do anything, okay? So, and then go to the site to register. Now, what's going to come up, you need to make sure that you click register. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Here's the link to the video. I'll put this in the Skype room. So this, I think you should be able to just copy and paste it from the chat. If not, don't worry. I'll put it into the Skype rooms as well. And here is the link to register. And thank you everyone for hanging in and listening to the question and answers. If people have answers that they can help out in the Skype rooms, please do so instead of just depending on our admin people to answer all the questions. If you're in doubt, don't. And thank you for your time and attendance, and we will be coming back to you with more. Registration link, you have to copy and paste the registration. Okay, you can't copy the link. Don't know what to tell you, Ray, except that if you can't copy the link and paste it into your URL, it will be posted in the Skype rooms. It's working. Julie says it's working. Okay, simply copy and paste it into your address bar of your browser. Okay, so I think for now that'll be it. I will sign off. You're very welcome for all the encouragement and support that we're receiving. Ray, you'll just have to get it from the Skype rooms. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.